In just 90 seconds, over 830,000 people died. The ground didn't just shake, it liquefied, swallowed entire cities, and rewrote the map of an entire region. These aren't just earthquakes. They're apocalyptic events that change the course of human history. Throughout history, the Earth has unleashed its most violent forces in moments that last mere minutes, but echo through centuries. These aren't your typical California tremors or minor quakes that rattle dishes. We're talking about seismic events so powerful they killed more people than wars, erased civilizations from existence, and left scars still visible today. From ancient disasters that toppled empires to modern catastrophes caught on camera, let's count down the 5 most devastating earthquakes that prove nature's ultimate power over human ambition. Number 5. Lisbon, Portugal, November 1st, 1755. You're attending morning mass on All Saints' Day. The cathedral is packed with thousands of worshippers. At 9:40 a.m., the ground begins to shake violently. The massive stone arches of Lisbon's churches collapse instantly, crushing congregations beneath tons of carved marble. This wasn't just an earthquake. It was a triple disaster that rewrote European thinking. The initial quake, estimated at magnitude 8.5, lasted 6 terrifying minutes. Buildings constructed over centuries crumbled in seconds. But the nightmare had only begun. Survivors fled toward the harbor, believing water meant safety. They were wrong. 40 minutes after the shaking stopped, a tsunami 20 feet high smashed into Lisbon's waterfront. The waves swept away thousands who had escaped the falling buildings, dragging them out to sea. Then came the fires. Overturned candles and cooking fires ignited the debris. The flames burned for 6 days straight, consuming what the earthquake and tsunami had spared. The combination killed between 10,000 and 100,000 people. But the Lisbon earthquake did something unprecedented. It shattered European faith in divine protection. Philosophers like Voltaire questioned how a benevolent God could destroy the faithful on their holiest day. This single disaster helped birth the Age of Enlightenment and modern seismology. Number 4. Tohoku, Japan, March 11, 2011. You're at work in Sendai on Friday afternoon. At 2:46 p.m., the ground starts moving. Not shaking, moving, like ocean waves passing beneath solid earth. This is a magnitude 9.1 megathrust earthquake, the most powerful ever recorded in Japan. The shaking lasts 6 minutes. 6 full minutes, where the ground refuses to stop moving. Office buildings sway like palm trees, roads crack open, cars bounce like toys. But this earthquake's true horror comes 40 minutes later. You're watching the news when cameras capture something unthinkable. A black wall of water racing across farmland at 40 miles per hour. This isn't movie footage, it's live television showing nature's most terrifying force. The tsunami reaches heights of 133 feet in some areas, taller than a 10-story building. Entire coastal towns disappear in minutes. Minami-san-Riku loses 95% of its buildings. The wave travels 6 miles inland, carrying away cars, houses, schools, and 15,899 people. Bodies are found months later, swept hundreds of miles from their homes. The Fukushima nuclear plant, designed to withstand earthquakes, wasn't built for tsunamis this size. 3 reactors melt down. Japan faces its worst nuclear disaster since Hiroshima. The economic damage reaches $235 billion, the costliest natural disaster in human history. Number 3. Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami, December 26, 2004. You're on vacation in Thailand, walking along Patong Beach. The water suddenly recedes, exposing hundreds of yards of ocean floor. Fish flop in tidal pools. Coral reefs stand exposed. Tourists walk out to collect shells, fascinated by this strange phenomenon. They have 15 minutes to live. At 7:58 a.m. local time, a magnitude 9.1 earthquake ruptures 1,000 miles of seafloor off Sumatra. It's the 3rd largest earthquake ever recorded. The fault moves 50 feet sideways, displacing billions of tons of water instantly. The resulting tsunami radiates outward at 500 miles per hour, the speed of a jet airliner. In deep ocean, the waves are barely noticeable, but as they approach shore, they slow down and build up. What started as a 1-foot wave becomes a 100-foot wall of destruction. The wave hits Sumatra first, 15 minutes after the earthquake. Banda Aceh, closest to the epicenter, is completely destroyed. The provincial governor later describes finding his city swept clean, 167,540 people dead or missing. The tsunami crosses the Indian Ocean like a liquid bulldozer. 2 hours later, it slams into Thailand's beaches. The video footage is horrifying. Families running from approaching water, hotels collapsing, cars floating like toys. At Khao Lak, the wave reaches 2 miles inland. 3 hours after that, the waves hit Sri Lanka's coast. Entire coastal trains are swept away with 1,700 passengers aboard. Total death toll, 230,000 people across 14 countries. It's the deadliest tsunami in recorded history, caused by an earthquake so powerful it shortened each day by 2.68 microseconds. Number 2. Tangshan, China, July 28, 1976. It's 3:42 a.m. You're asleep in Tangshan, an industrial city of 1 million people. In 23 seconds, your world ends. The magnitude 7.5 earthquake strikes without warning. No foreshocks, no early signs, just sudden, catastrophic violence. The ground acceleration is so intense it throws people from their beds. Buildings don't gradually collapse, they pancake instantly. Tangshan was built for industry, not earthquakes. Multi-story apartment blocks house thousands of families in unreinforced masonry that crumbles like sandcastles. Coal mines collapse, trapping workers underground. Hospitals, schools, and government buildings all flatten within seconds. The official death toll, 242,769. But many experts believe the true number exceeds 650,000. The Chinese government, secretive about disasters, initially refused international aid. For days, survivors dug through rubble with their bare hands, searching for family members. What makes Tangshan uniquely devastating is its timing and location. The earthquake struck at night when families were sleeping together in vulnerable buildings. There was no time to run, nowhere to hide. Entire multi-generational families died together in their beds. The city was rebuilt from scratch. Today's Tangshan is a monument to both destruction and resilience, a modern city literally built on the graves of the old. Number 1. Shanxi, China, January 23, 1556. You live in a cave. Not by choice, but by necessity. In the 16th century China, millions of people carve homes into the soft, loess soil of the Wei River Valley. These artificial caves are warm in winter, cool in summer, and protect against Mongolia's frequent raids. On the night of January 23rd, they become mass graves. At midnight, the deadliest earthquake in human history strikes. Modern estimates place it at magnitude 8.0, but the destruction suggests something even more powerful. The soft soil that made cave dwelling practical becomes a death trap when the shaking starts. Cave after cave collapses instantly. Families die together, buried alive in their artificial hillside homes. Entire communities disappear as cliff faces shear away. The earthquake triggers massive landslides that dam rivers and create temporary lakes. In some counties, the death rate reaches 60%. Complete villages vanish. The destruction extends across 520 miles, affecting 8 provinces. Contemporary records describe cracks in the earth, so wide you cannot see the bottom, and mountains and rivers changing places. The official death toll, 830,000 people. No earthquake before or since has killed more. To put this in perspective, it killed more people than both atomic bombs dropped on Japan, more than the entire American Civil War, more than the 1918 flu pandemic killed in the United States. The Shanxi earthquake reshaped Chinese architecture and settlement patterns. Cave dwelling was abandoned in favor of surface construction with earthquake-resistant techniques that influenced building methods for centuries. From ancient China to modern Japan, these 5 disasters prove that beneath our feet lies a force more powerful than human civilization. Each earthquake tells the same story. In minutes, nature can undo centuries of human achievement. Which of these disasters shocked you most? Have you experienced an earthquake yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this opened your eyes to the raw power of our planet, hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more incredible stories from Earth's violent history.